Hey everyone, I'm Elo Bandit, and today for episode 8, I'm going to talk about some cool single strategies. Unfortunately, I am sick right now, and I don't have a great mic at the moment, so apologies for the sound quality. First up is Anti-Gimmick Lopunny. If you're not using Mega Lopunny as a sweeper, consider using it as a non-mega bulky support that can completely shut down certain Pokemon. It does this by utilizing one of the worst abilities in the game, Klutz, which means your Pokemon's held item has no effect. Having Klutz mean that you're the only Pokemon that can use Switcheroo and give your opponent an Assault Vest. Assault Vest, of course, means you can only select damaging moves. It's really funny to see your opponent's Ferrothorn or Klefki or Chansey get stuck wearing an Assault Vest. If that's not going to help you, you also have the option to use Entrainment, giving your opponent the ability Klutz. This can shut down Pokemon that are reliant on their ability or reliant on their item. As for other supportive moves, Lopunny has access to Thunder Wave to cripple a sweeper, or Healing Wish to fully restore an ally in exchange for Lopunny going down. You also have access to Return for Stab, and Ice Punch for good coverage against a lot of Pokemon. As for EVs, maxing out speed and HP seems to work really well, with 8 either into defense or attack if you're going to be running Return and Ice Punch. If you have issues dealing with Breloom, Celebi, Chansey, Clefable, Ferrothorn, Gliscor, or Klefki, I would highly recommend trying out this Lopunny. This Lopunny is called Anti-Gimmick Lopunny because if you take it to doubles, you can use it to shut down almost any gimmick. You can't pull off any skill swap entrainment shenanigans with an Assault Vest on, and that anger point that you're trying to proc is now Klutz. This Lopunny isn't too hard to counter, mostly because it's just so squishy and it's not very difficult to take down. But if you do see it coming, make sure that you switch out if you have like a Ferrothorn or a Klefki that's already in. Switch out into someone that can actually use an Assault Vest, rather than someone who will not be immediately crippled. Also, switching out will restore your ability from Klutz to whatever it was before. Overall, I definitely call this set viable, mostly due to how reliable and versatile it is. If you need a niche filled in your team, Lopunny is flexible enough to cover it and just kind of provide you with whatever you need as a support. If you struggle against tanks, she's got you covered. If you struggle against sweepers, Thunder Wave can shut those down. If you need coverage, then she's your bunny. The other gimmick I want to talk about is Curse Pass Hitmonlee. While I normally don't consider Baton Pass a gimmick, this one in particular works way too well not to talk about. Umbreon with max HP and split defenses with leftovers, running Curse, Substitute, Protect, and Baton Pass. This is one of the best Curse passers in the game because it's so darn tanky and it's really, really tough to take down. What sets this strategy apart from other Baton Pass strategies is the fact that it perfectly utilizes Hitmonlee's ability and item. His ability is Unburden, which doubles his speed on held item loss, and with his 210 that puts him all the way to 420 speed, which outspeeds just about everything. If he's holding a white herb, it restores all lowered stat stages to 0 when one is less than 0. So if he's been past several curses, it will take off the speed drop and instead proc Unburden. This means that he will keep the attack and defense boosts, and with some defensive investment, you can actually live a couple of priority moves like Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, Extreme Speed, or Sucker Punch. Hitmonlee has amazing coverage, including Blaze Kick, Close Combat, Knockoff, and Poison Jab. This particular set of moves, Fire, Fighting, Dark, and Poison, can deal with just about anything, especially in the UU tier, of which Hitmonlee and Umbreon can both fit into. Blaze Kick can take down Grass and Steel types, Close Combat can take on Rock and Dark types, Knockoff is great for Psychic types, and Poison Jab is fantastic for dealing with fairies. If you're able to Baton Pass 2 or 3 curses, that's usually enough to sweep just about any team, whether you're playing UU or even OU. You can counter this strategy just like you'd counter any Baton Pass strategy. Use Taunt, or use Whirlwind, Roar, or Dragon Tail, although Substitute will block Dragon Tail. You can also just hit it really, really hard with a super effective move. Overall, I definitely call this set viable, mainly because with only 2 or 3 curse passes, you can actually sweep an entire team. Umbreon has the tankiness to not be knocked out early like a lot of Baton Passers, and Hitmonlee has the coverage to perfectly utilize the attack boost. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new on this episode of Pokemon Gimmicks. Next time, with a better computer, I will have much better sound quality and no watermark. Thank you so much for watching.